Hello, hello. Welcome back to the ROXCast.
Hello.
We're back, ladies and gents.
We are back.
How are we? How's it been?
How are you?
Good.
Very good.
Good. Not much has changed.
No, nothing's changed.
Been very boring since the last one. Not a lot's gone on.
No.
It's changed here a bit.
Yeah.
Will's got new hair.
That's it. That's the only bit of news we have.
That's it. It's all the same now. We've got a sign. We've got a big sign.
Look at that.
Lovely.
Look at that.
Look at that. So good. How have we been? Good. It's been a bit of a weird time at the moment, ladies and gents, so thank you very much for tuning in. We hope everyone is safe and sound. We hope you're all keeping positive and testing negative.
Keeping positive and testing negative. Yeah. I had to think about that one a little bit.
It's all good. Good. Welcome back to the ROXCast, your music podcast, and I'm Andy.
I'm Billy.
Welcome back. If you're a returning listener, thanks very much for putting up with us again. If you're new, we're very sorry.
Sorry.
Thank you for coming and listening to us. Number one podcast. Well, it's probably not actually. Probably like I'm going to say
number 47th.
Oh, I was going to go like 78th.
Locally.
Local. Yeah. Number 78th local podcast. And it's all good. We do music news. We do music stuff. We do everything music. Welcome to the ROXCast.
Yeah.
ROXCast. Cool.
What's been happening, man?
The world's gone mad.
It's the apocalypse.
It's officially 2020, the worst year in the world.
Woo!
Ever in existence.
Hey, everyone's going to love New Year's this year.
Well, unless...
Everyone's going to be literally like...
Well, yeah, but unless 2021's like, bro, hold my beer. Like, it's going to be a bit of a... This is gonna, like,
yeah.
Fully ready for it to finish, but not being very wary what's happening in 2021.
Yeah,
we'll
it's going to be a bit funky.
Can it be worse?
I don't think so.
Well... There's a lot of meteors and asteroids being reported around the globe.
You know what? Just if it's gonna happen, let it happen, man.
Yeah, now's the time.
I'll go out listening to
aliens. Are there like, whoa, I'll come back later.
Yeah, like they go to evade and they're like, I'll just hold on a little bit.
You guys are having a bad time at the minute. We'll hold back.
Aliens are shook because like if disease killed the aliens in War of the Worlds, they're like, hell no. With COVID, they're like, nah,
COVID-19.
It's not worth it.
They're waiting for COVID 2.
But what could they possibly want if, like, from Earth? They're gonna get all of COVID, that stuff. They're gonna get a lot of upset people at the government. They're gonna get, in every country,
a lot of face masks.
A lot of face masks. They're gonna get Facebook.
They're coming for our toenails because aliens don't have toenails. Fact.
How do you know that?
I don't want to talk about it, man. This is a ROXCast.
Anyway.
Welcome back. We're going to talk about some music today. We've got a lot of new music to go through, some local new music, and also a bit of an advert. That's right. We got sponsors now. No, it's not so much sponsors. We're working with people. It's all new. It's all good, and it's all changing. So, without further ado, we're going to head straight into the news breakdown. Here comes the jingle.
It's the news breakdown.
And that was the jingle. Thanks very much, ladies.
To us, that's just silence.
Yeah. We just went, we don't hear the jingle because that's getting put in later.
Post-production.
It's New Music Friday. Loads of big people dropping loads of new music.
Album after album after album.
Banger after banger after banger.
Yeah.
It's all good. We
I
love
was
it.
saying to you actually today that I think that the standard, like 2020's been, and like no, because of COVID and everything, nobody's been dropping or nobody's been doing.
Everyone's been at various degrees of lockdown.
But I think that whoever has dropped or who is about to drop, the standards, man, the bar has been raised.
Yeah,
for real. I think that a lot of artists are coming in hot,
like a fajita. That's a song that we know. So we've got a few new drops. Ariana's dropped a new album. Bring Me, Sam Smith, Dua Lipa, all kind of dropped today.
Yeah.
30th of October 2020.
Yeah.
And it's all.
What did you think, man?
Fire.
You're happy?
There's not a lot there where I'm kind of going or anything. There's a lot of good stuff. A lot of good stuff happening.
I thought that Bring Me the Horizon's new album was was
There's some heavy
dirty.
movement on there, isn't there?
Day. And I think like I don't want to like insult anybody, but I think like Mick Gordon kind of saved the day. If you don't know who Mick Gordon is, he's like he's a composer and synth maker, I suppose. He's a sound designer, isn't he? Kind of thing.
Yeah, he does all kinds of stuff. He was and he did heavily involved in like the Doom soundtrack.
Yeah, he composed the and wrote and did all the things for Doom and the new Doom as well. Yep. I think.
Yeah. Doom Eternal.
Yeah, and he's on the new Bring Me album, pretty much in every song, I think.
He's done. He's been very involved with this, and it really comes through. Like you can really hear all that kind of synthy guitar-y metal.
It sounds like game music.
Yeah,
it really does.
Yeah.
And I mean, Ariana Grande's new album, man.
Yeah. But before we get there,
okay, sorry.
Bring Me like Ollie Sykes has got better as a singer. In my opinion,
you know what? Like because there's a lot of like heavy and screamy vocals on this one. I think he's got better at screaming as well.
Yeah.
Like I think that like he's definitely come along in terms of ability and technique.
It's definitely a lot sharper, a lot less kind of the kind of bad stuff that's going on.
Yeah, I think like a couple of years ago, I think we're probably talking about 10 years ago now, he did have vocal surgery. Yeah, I think after that it was a kind of long recovery, and I think we're just now getting to kind of what we kind of want from Bring Me. I think.
Yeah.
Like from Ollie, I mean.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. It's definitely a lot more metal, a lot more heavy. Mick Gordon's influence is definitely shine through, so it's a very good album. Check it out. There's a collab kind of duo with Baby Metal.
Yes. Oh my god.
Very, very.
It's just game. It's literally it's game music.
Yeah.
Like if you wanna
electro metal.
If you wanna blow some heads off on the PlayStation, that's the soundtrack. For sure.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Ariana's dropped a new album as well.
Come on, man.
Positions?
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
it is
Positions.
Yeah.
Positions.
And, man.
She's on fire all the time.
Yeah.
Very kind of R&B influence, but taking a bit of more of an independent spin on it.
I think so.
There's a lot of.
I think there's a lot of jazz elements in there.
Yeah.
I think as well, like her note choice, man.
She's very her technical ability, one of the best female singers,
easily,
and she absolutely deserves all the fame and credit that she gets.
But it sounds like a combination between like early Beyonce.
Yeah, there's definitely that influence there,
and like I don't know, there's a bit of spice in there as well, a bit of this,
a bit of that spice on there.
Yeah, man,
that spice.
I think there's a few like jazz kind of
there's definitely
elements in there that was a bit like I didn't expect it, but when I heard it, I was like, that makes sense. Mm-hmm. Like that, of course, Ariana Grande suits that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So.
And while the 90s, 80s, 90s R&B influence is definitely shining through, it's more or less, similar to that, but with a different kind of content about it. She's obviously speaking a lot more about being independent and being her own person, whereas I think that was... Back in the day, all that 90s R&B stuff was a lot more...
It's very like love
orientated.
Yeah.
I need you, I miss you, that kind of stuff. Whereas
no matter what I do, oh dear, right. We'll
hire me for things. It's very quiet at the moment. So a lot of new music dropping. Sam Smith dropped his album as well.
Yeah, that was very good. Do you know what? Like I was expecting. Not that I thought I was going to be disappointed. I wasn't thinking that, but like because Sam Smith is known for doing his ballads and sad songs, I think it was very surprising to have a bit more of an uplifting vibe.
Yeah.
I think he was gone a lot on some songs specifically. I think that he's gone quite Billie Eilish-y.
Yeah, there's definitely that
laid
kind of
back
influence.
kind of vocal harmonization.
Yeah, definitely.
Kind of vibes going on. I thought it was a really good album actually.
Yeah.
I like it. Not Sam Smith if you're watching.
Sam Smith
he's doing.
He's an avid listener. We like the album. Feel free to come on the ROXCast and talk about it if you like. Feel free.
Also, give us $1 million. Because that's...
Or else.
Give us your lunch money, punk.
No, we love you, Sam. Come on.
It was a really, really good album. And
they've done a good job on it all. And but there's loads of other little tracks going out.
Justin Bieber's like is is throwing some things in the water.
Laying them out.
He dropped a really, really kind of sad song about being lonely. And it's really, really about like his kind of journey with the fame and the money, and like it's a really honest song. That's kind of sad. That was with Benny Blanco, and he's an amazing songwriter. So yeah, that was really, really cool. I think it's a very, very, very good song as well.
A few legends dropping some new stuff or announcing some new stuff. Blondie and Paul McCartney have both come out and said that they're doing some new stuff. Paul McCartney completing his trilogy of albums. You love the Beatles, don't you? So you're really excited about that one.
Listen, man, right? So this is my thing. Like,
we know how you feel. Check out episode 1 of the ROXCast if you want to know
first
how
ever one does not look
how
like
Billy
this.
feels about the ROXCast. Not the ROXCast. You love the ROXCast. It's the Beatles you don't like.
Yeah, no, like, listen, I respect the Beatles and I like respect what they did for music.
But I hate them.
I hate them. No, I don't hate them. I think that they're very. You're not allowed to hate the Beatles. You know what I mean? And like it's and hate's a very strong word. I don't know, man. Like,
But you wouldn't sit down.
what's that album? I go on about it all the time. It's a really, really long album name.
Sergeant Pepper's Lonely
Wait,
Hearts Club Band.
let me bring this up. I don't care if it's very.
It's Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't think it is. I think it's like, but what my point is that there's like an album where it's literally it's terrible. No, it's not. It's the magical mystery tour.
Yeah, Magical Mystery Tour.
I'm so sorry, Beatles, but
Yeah,
if you're
because again,
listening,
the Beatles are all listening.
John Lennon just sat there with headphones and like.
He's got Spotify in his coffin.
He's just like he's got like Bose speakers built into his coffin.
Yeah.
It's like
That's cool. I think I'm going to get that done.
that's sick. No, you're gonna get launched out of a cannon.
Oh, that's what I want, 100%.
sea.
When I'm gone, launched out of a cannon at sea, and you just see me like ragdolling all the way out. That's what I want.
Like, do you remember that old game that like where you like could kick the ragdoll down the stairs and stuff? It was like
No.
Do you not remember that? It's like an old app on iPhone, like 4 or something.
No.
Anyway.
No. But yeah, that's how I want to go out. If anyone knows any services that can fire me out.
Who knows that? I want to know who's sat there and go, do you know what? This is a sick business idea. I'm going to launch dead bodies out of cannons.
Pretty sure that's
Where did you
illegal,
get a
no?
cannon from as well, bro? Like,
Where do you get a cannon
that?
that A, can fit a human body in, and B, mounted to a boat, and C, I'm willing to pay for that, actually, to be fair. I'd be...
But what if it goes wrong?
Then instead of one location, I'm buried in several.
What if you did? Do you remember in Jackass? I think it's like the 3D one where I can't remember who it is. I think it's Steve-O. It might not be. It might be Steve-O or Johnny Knoxville, and he's attached to a rocket. Do you remember? And it goes like, it doesn't work.
Vaguely.
That's what your funeral's gonna look like.
Just a non-firing
failed
cannon.
attempt
You
of a
have to tip me out of the cannon into the water.
Like
and then,
a
not only
bin.
that, I'm stuck in.
Like
so
a
you're
bin,
tapping the bottom.
like a trash can, like
Yeah, you're having to tap the bottom to get it all out.
like ketchup.
Yeah. Gross.
Yeah. So like, I mean, Blondie's cool. I like Blondie, and you know, and I think it is cool that someone like Paul McCartney, who that is a big deal. Like to do a third installment of what he's been doing is a big deal.
Yeah, because he came out because he's done
years
a
ago, wasn't it?
trilogy of albums. I think back in the 70s. He said
Yeah,
he
it was years ago.
just kind of around the time when the Beatles were no longer. He came out and said he's going to do a trilogy of albums, and this is apparently the last one. It's finished. It's done.
Oh, it's the last one.
So this is the third.
So he's been like it's a trilogy, nothing else.
As far as I know,
right.
he's very much like 3 albums of self.
I didn't love the
Self-time.
last. I remember when he did a collab with somebody, didn't he?
He's done quite a few. I remember when he came out with that. He was featured on a song with Kanye and Rihanna.
That's who it is.
And everyone's like, really glad Kanye and Rihanna are giving this.
Wasn't it the 4 or 5 seconds from where?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, he's playing the guitar on it, as far as I know.
Oh, is he actually?
But yeah,
that's a good. All right.
all the-
Paul McCartney, I'll give you a point. That's a good tune.
But he came out.
Look how furious you are.
Yeah, because that's what he's known for. He's known for his guitar work on the Kanye and Rihanna song. But that's what everyone came out and said. They were like, it's really cool for Kanye and Rihanna to give this Paul McCartney guy
No
a chance. And everyone was like,
That's
what?
stupid.
But it's the same when Ozzy came out and dropped that song with, was it Kendrick Lamar? I can't remember.
Someone's been in my room and stealing my beers.
That dude is just not.
Oh,
He's
man.
not.
He is a
coherent.
legend, though.
Ozzy Osbourne.
You seen that interview with him where he talks about the I don't know if I can say this. He talks about a substance, about a song he did called "It's a Raid."
Yeah, and the police actually came in and raided while they were recording at the
It's
house.
a raid. That's my Ozzy Osbourne.
Is that your Ozzy Osbourne impression? Cool. Again, Ozzy, if you're watching, we're sorry. But
He's
you're
not
a legend.
watching, man.
If he is, he's sat there and he's drooling out the other side of his mouth. Sorry.
Yeah.
Because this is where, like, one of his lawyers is going to see this and be like,
I don't think so,
cease
bro.
and desist,
Yeah.
ROXCast.
Yeah, you're going to have to blur that bit out.
Don't insult Ozzy.
No, he is a legend, and like, I think that is called. I think that is called that. These legends are featured in like modern music and stuff.
AC/DC have dropped a new tune since like recently.
So here's my problem. Here's my problem with this. So again, everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, you hate AC/DC." Like
No.
I don't dislike AC/DC. Of course, like I like. But this is my problem with AC/DC, right? So before I even heard the tune, I know it's gonna go. Dun, 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 dun. Probably have like a. And then. Like I literally turned it on, and that's exactly what it sounded like. Yeah, the moment I pressed play on it, it was like exactly what I predicted. But that doesn't make it a bad song. I did enjoy it.
Would you have it any other way?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely
Would you
not.
have it any other way?
Yeah. So
I did think Angus Young was dead though.
Yeah, I know. We
100%.
were sat here, and I remember you going like,
Angus Young's dead. Angus Young's dead, isn't he?
No, it's his brother that's.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Malcolm.
Is it his brother?
Malcolm Young. I think though. Yeah.
Was Malcolm Young the original vocalist?
No.
I ain't. Anyway.
I can't remember. I'm gonna have to Google that now. AC/DC.
Oh, you can't Google it.
I'm gonna have to. I can't remember what his name was. Brian Johnson.
That's
yes, now.
AC/DC.
Yep. In the middle of a rock and roll time. Yeah, Brian Johnson's a current singer.
Oh, right.
Who it was.
I thought you were going to go, who
Bon
gets-
Scott.
Oh, yeah.
Bon Scott.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Yeah, so lots of new music coming out. Lots of people been very busy.
It's been a good day for music, for sure.
Good day for music. Good time for music at the moment.
Yeah.
Not great for the music industry. Lots of live shows not going forward. And if they are, it's everyone's sat down. Everyone's doing this, doing
Yeah,
that.
it's like, I'm in two frames of mind about it because I think that on one hand, I'm just happy that shows are happening in general. I'm glad that there is a form of revenue there in that kind of sector of the industry.
Yeah.
I miss
It's not the
playing
same.
that. I miss
Yeah.
playing. I miss shows how they were.
Yeah, miss playing.
I think, I think I speak for everybody.
we were
about
saying kind of just yesterday, weren't we, that we miss going to gigs as
that. Yeah,
well.
like sometimes I don't even want to play. I just want to see.
Just see some live music. But
Yeah.
the way it was,
Yeah, man.
like, not the way it is. I don't
I
want to
think
have to
it
be
makes
sat
me
down.
appreciate it a lot more. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Um,
R.I.P. the music industry, man.
yeah, the downfall of the music industry.
Happening.
No, I don't think we're down and out. I think
It's
I
just
think
going to be a
it's
while
slowly
before it gets.
reviving.
Yeah.
It's almost like when you get your armor damaged in Warzone.
Yeah.
That's what's happening to the music industry right now.
Just there you go, Warzone analogies.
Warzone.
It started. But speaking of live music, we are actually brought to you today by Surprise You're Dead.
Yeah.
Good Birmingham-based promotion company. What we want you to do is we want you to check out their latest show.
It's a big one.
It's a big one, which is happening next year. It's Holding Absence. They've recently announced it, and it's on Saturday the 30th of October 2021 at the O2 Institute 2 in Birmingham. So head to www.surpriseyourdeadmusic.co.uk/events to get your tickets. Big show. We want you to go.
It is a big show. I think they're doing it in light of I think they're dropping an album or EP or something.
Yeah.
I saw on their Instagram that they just eradicated every bit of content they had. But Architects did the same thing.
Yep.
Like, I think that's a common trend now. But like, everyone just deletes their whole posts and everything they've worked for.
Yeah, just all those likes.
But they thought a lot of people I saw were thinking it was like a rebrand, which would have been at that height a really interesting move to make. So, I think that's really interesting.
Yeah. So check out Surprise You Did. Thanks, Ryan.
Ryan and Ian, you guys are the men.
The men.
Is that a thing? You know when you say like you're the man, how do you do that plurally? Plurally? Is that a word as well?
You're the men's.
You're the men's.
That's not what you're saying. That sounds weird. But yeah, thanks very much, Surprise You Dead. We'll definitely see you at that show. Make sure you get your tickets soon because they will sell out quite quick.
Absolutely.
O2 Institute 2 as well, big venue, so we want to make sure you are there. Even if it is socially distanced with a mask, it's going to be a good night.
Yeah, absolutely.
But now we actually want to bring you some new music, some new local music from a fairly local band. Not really from Manchester, but
hey, you know what? We're in the same
music.
pond.
Yeah,
you know,
because why should Ariana and Bring Me and Dua Lipa and all these other people get all the hype?
Yeah,
they shouldn't.
Yeah,
we're here to support new and local bands,
the underground guys. Come on,
the underdogs.
Rise up.
The underdogs. We want to make you famous. That being said, we want to be famous as well, please. No. So if anyone does know any local bands, local artists that want their music plugged, make sure they send it in to the podcast. Hit us up on YouTube, Spotify, Facebook, Instagram,
whatever
all that kind of stuff. Send it over.
You can send it via Dove if you want to.
Attach that hot mixtape to the leg of a falcon. And fly.
I don't know if it'll get here, but we'll have it if it does. I'll be impressed.
I've just got an image of a falcon desperately flapping in a circle because he's got this smash to it. Like, is that a falcon noise?
I don't think it is. No,
it's a chicken. No. Don't send it by a chicken.
It won't get here.
It won't get here because they can't cross the road.
Very good. Moving swiftly on.
Anyway. We are going to play you a song now. It's by a band called Well Done You from Manchester.
Well done, you.
Thank you. Well Done You. And this is Nobody's Got a Clue. Bit like what's going on now. Nobody's Got a Clue by Well Done You. Here it is.
Check it out.
This year has gone exactly how I didn't want. This year has brought more tears than happy thoughts. My mind is numb. Exactly what I didn't want. This year's been dumb. More tears than happy thoughts. So tell me now, just tell me what I'm supposed to do. Oh, what the hell? Nobody's got a clue. I just wanna feel safe. I just wanna have cash when the bills are due. I just wanna feel brave. Nobody's got a clue. Nobody's got a clue. I don't usually swear. I don't usually cuss on the mic. I usually hold it in. But tonight, I'm not that guy. 'Cause the world hates me. 3 down this year, yeah, it ain't my fault. I just wanna feel free. But tonight, I'm not that guy. So tell me now, just tell me what I'm supposed to do. Oh, what the hell? Nobody's got a clue. I just wanna feel safe. I just wanna have cash when the bills are due. I just wanna feel brave. Nobody's got a clue. Nobody's got a clue. Nobody's got the darkest clue. Nobody's got a clue. Nobody's got a clue. So tell me now, just tell me what I'm supposed to do. Oh, what the hell? Nobody's got a clue. So tell me now, just tell me what I'm supposed to do. Oh, what the hell? Nobody's got a clue. I just wanna feel safe. I just wanna have cash when the bills are due. I just wanna
song.
Yeah, I really like those guys. They've got kind of like I don't know if people like this term, but 1975y.
Oh yeah, but they're doing good for themselves.
Sure.
They need to drop some new music.
He's got like the guitarist and the singer has got a very, very
It's
good
like a
voice.
new wave pop indie kind
Yeah,
of thing.
actually,
Yeah,
I think
like
like it's very current. It's very up to date. I think there's longevity in people that are kind of accommodating to that trend. So
Yeah.
I think you guys are nailing it.
nailing it.
So-
Thank you very much. Well done, you. And that was Nobody's Got a Clue. Be sure to hit them up. We like them.
Yeah.
But we want to reminisce a little bit now. We
Yeah.
want to go back in time. Wind the clocks back pre-COVID, if you can even remember what that is.
Yeah, I don't remember those.
Remember
days.
what that even feels like.
I have to
smells
I have to
like.
hunt for my food now. I got a bow and arrow.
But see, what I've got an image of now is either a Nerf bow and arrow or one of them things with the sucker on the end. It's like,
Yeah, like the yeah.
boing,
Yeah.
boing.
No, I definitely have the Nerf gun because you can. There's like a trigger on it.
Can't kill anything with a Nerf gun. I mean, you could probably
I'd
try.
have a good go.
I mean, you wouldn't get very far.
No.
You would starve quite quickly.
Yeah, I think I'd die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be very good.
And not only that, if I had to hunt for food, like I couldn't kill an animal. I'd just be like, I'd have to go.
Now my pet.
Yeah, yeah,
Just have a lot of pets.
yeah. I'd be like cuddling them, being like, "You're a good dear."
Why did that sound a bit like Mrs. Doubtfire? You're a good dear. Anyway, yeah, so we're winding the clocks back, and I wanted to ask you about your worst band tale. So the worst thing, the worst experience, whether it be playing live, whether it be something that happened in the meantime. In your band experience, what was the bad thing? What's the story you tell everyone?
See, now I know that at least some of my bandmates are going to check this out, and they know exactly what story I'm going to tell. There's a lot. There is a lot. There's some messed up stuff that happens when you're on the road, and you do. Yeah, there's a lot of stories. Yeah, so there was this one time where we were like 16 years old. We barely started the band, kind of thing. We literally just kind of got together and started writing. We had no songs, but we got hired as like a function band, and we had to go play in Rye, which is like, I think it's like east or west
Down
Sussex.
south, down
Yeah, it's very like
Pool area.
Yeah, absolutely.
South coast.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was like,
Big up Pool and Rye.
yeah.
Hello. All those listeners we have there.
If you're actually from Rye, you'll know exactly where I'm talking about. But we'll get there. We landed this gig, and it was weird because we had to like organize our own travel. We had our accommodation sorted, and we were getting paid. Now, like for a 16-year-old band who don't even know much about like the music industry or anything, to get paid was like oh, this is sick. And I think it was quite handsome as well. Like it wasn't like I think it was quite a reasonable amount of money as well. Anyway,
they gave you in a briefcase.
I don't think that. I don't think it was like that. Like Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah,
Like,
just rock up.
I'd love that, but no, it wasn't like that. And so we were like, okay, well, accommodation sorted, paid. We're gonna get paid. It's gonna be awesome. So we go down. We get the train to like London or like Banbury or something, and then we get like a direct train there. Like we got like halfway and then further down, and we arrive just outside where we need to be, a good couple of hours where we need to be, because we were told we were going to get a coach, right? So we get off the train, go to the coach station, and when I say coach station, I mean like, you know those bus stops that aren't really bus stops?
It's just a pole
With like a time thing on it. It was exactly that. And my bassist at the time just goes, oh no. And we all look at him and go, and there's like, it's not just a band, there's like 11 of us, there's loads of us. There's like girlfriends of the band, and we had Adam McElraith, if you're watching, he was with us as well, and he was kind of acting as like our tech guy, like he'd like sort out our guitars, etc. And so there was a lot of us, and we all look at our bassist like, what have you done? And I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was something like, oh, the coach was meant to come. I thought the coach was coming at 9 p.m. The last coach is like at like 7 p.m. It was something really, really stupid.
So you'd missed the last coach
where you by a good margin.
Yeah,
Like it wasn't like we got there. Oh, I just missed it. It was like no, you're done. So we were like, well, how are we going to get to the place? We were like 2-3 hours away. Like still, no, it wasn't that far. Like by coach, it was like 45 minutes, but like the walk was like a good
hour and a half,
2 hours.
Yeah.
So, we had like a guy in the band who was like very like athletic and like very fit, and he was like, let's just walk. And we're kind of like, yeah, it sounds like a good idea. We'll just walk. And the walk ended up being like a good 2 hours because there was loads of us. Like it was not fun at all. I was definitely in a bad mood by this point. Anyway, we finally get to like, it was like a strip almost.
Yeah.
Again, if you're from Rye, you'll kind of know what I'm talking about. There's like a maybe like 2 or 3 hotel/caravan parks on this one strip, right?
Yeah.
And so we hit up this Pontins, and we go like, I think we're playing here. Can you find out? And they were like, yeah, cool. So they go away 5 minutes, come back. It's like, yeah, you're not playing here. You're not playing here. And we were like, okay. And it was like this time. It was like this time of year. So it was freezing cold. And we were like, okay. We had like something like £175 in cash. And we were like, just take this and let's just sleep in your reception. And
because it's night time now.
Yeah. No, this is like proper. Like this is like 1 o'clock in the morning too.
Okay.
And like there's for some reason I can't get this as a city boy. I can't understand this. No taxis. You can't get a taxi anywhere down there for some reason. Like it's like at 10 o'clock they're like nah.
Clocking off.
And like this is like well before Uber as well, so you couldn't get an Uber or anything. I don't even know if they'd operate down there, but anyway. And they were like, no, you can't stay here. And we were literally like waving money in his face, being like, almost like,
please
like,
let me stay.
Please, let us sleep in your reception. No, can't do it. Cool. So up the street, there's like a hotel, and they run from like I think like a Swedish family, something. It's kind of like an Airbnb.
Yeah, bed and breakfast.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
yeah, very much so. Yeah. And we did the same thing. We were like, I've got some money. Can we stay here? Like, we don't even care if we definitely knew we weren't playing here. We're like, can we just stay here? Like, no. And he said, I'll never forget this. He said, but you can sleep on the tables if you want to. And when I mean tables, you know a beer garden.
Yeah.
It was like beer garden tables. So we were like, well, it's looking kind of comfy right now. So we had this one place left, and it was this is like the story of Jesus, actually, isn't it? Like Jesus and the donkey.
No room left.
That's exactly what it was kind of like.
Full.
And so we get to this final place, and we go, look, we don't know if we're playing here. Can you go check? And it's the security guard. Now, I don't want to badmouth anybody, but security guards, they don't know. They don't know how to log into the system and be like, oh, you're playing here. Like they don't know. They're just there to stop people from
causing ruckus.
Yeah, absolutely.
And when 11 teenagers rock up at 2 o'clock in the morning,
it's a bit like, what's going on?
Yeah. Here comes the ruckus.
So 3 guys go with the security guard to go find out. From what I remember, it's like my drummer, my guitarist, and somebody else. So yeah, there was like 3 of us, and we were just standing outside. It's at this point, it's got to be in the minuses, got to be. So we're all huddled around like penguins, and suddenly we like hear like shouting in the background, like someone really, really being real nasty. And we turn around, and just down the street that we just walked up are 2 like it's like a couple like having a fight, like having an argument.
Okay.
And like we were like, oh God! And you know when you see somebody and you instantly like, you know this is going to be bad.
It's going to be a problem.
This is going to be a problem. And I don't know where the woman went from the couple at all. Like, I think there was like a pub like opposite these like hotels. So I think she went in there or something. And the guy, like, he's looking for a fight. Like he's looking.
He's angry.
Like he's like lurking around. It's like kind of being like, who wants it? And like he swings, and this was the worst attempt for a fight I've ever seen in my life. He like throws a punch, but almost goes over my guitarist's head, and then all of a sudden there's this huge showdown, and like me and my girlfriend are literally pushed ourselves back. I was like, nah. I'm not a fighter. Look at me. Like, I'd if someone hit me, I'd cry. I'd definitely cry. I'm a grown man. Like, it doesn't matter if I'm 16 years old or if I'm like 24. I'm gonna cry if you hit me, for real. So this fight breaks out. I'm like, no way. The security guard, because this is his job, comes out with the rest of my band. They are angry, man. They're like, the whole, it's just all bad. This is bad. Police are called. Police are called. They rock up. The security guard's like really mad at us because obviously he thinks that we've caused it.
You've caused the ruckus.
Well, yeah, when you see like, you know, a group of teenagers and one guy, you're kind of like, what have you done?
Yeah.
So anyway, like it kind of calms down. The police are like taking all our names because obviously we've been in a fight. They take all our names, all our details and stuff, but they don't arrest the guy. Like he's clearly intoxicated, and they don't arrest the guy. And so we asked the police if they could take us to the place we need to be. They were like, no, there's like 11 of you, and like
see you later.
And like, this is really bad, and don't follow in these footsteps at all. But we also had a massive bag of booze on us as well. Yeah. Don't do that. That's naughty.
Bad.
That's not good. But so we were like shook that we would even talk to the police. We were like,
I've just got an image of you like, oh, don't arrest us for these WKDs. Like, oh no.
No, it wasn't. It was bad. It was bad alcohol. It wasn't. It was like jelly shots, and you know, it was. Yeah, no, it was bad alcohol. It wasn't like, but
Smirnoff Ice Black.
Yeah, guaranteed that was in there.
Smirnoff Ice Black. That's
guaranteed that was in there. I'm certain of it. And so yeah, we were shook to talk to the police anyway. We didn't want to talk to the police, but they had to. And then yeah, we were like, "Can you take us where I want to be?" They were like, "No." We were like, "Cool. Is there anybody that can?" And they were like, "Yeah, like call the taxi service." And we're like, "We already have, man." But you know when you're too polite to kind of go like, "Oh, we've already done that." We kind of went, "Okay." You're 16 years old.
What a good idea, Mr. Policeman.
Yeah, when you're 16 years old, you don't know how to tell a police officer like, "I've already done that."
Yeah.
Like it's kind of weird. And so anyway, we're left alone with this guy who's still like he's miles away now, but like in the distance we kind of like look, and the dude's running towards us. Now we're all like, we need to go now. We're all like, and these like, you know what a bag of booze feels like? It's heavy AF.
No, I don't.
Yeah, I know you don't. You don't, and neither do you.
I don't.
Your parents are watching this, and you should be in bed.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, listener, you should be in bed listening to our podcast.
Yeah.
Are you still awake? Turned into some ASMR kind of.
No one does that. Anyway, back to the story. So yeah, got all our instruments on us. It's really heavy. Anyway, the guy kind of vanishes. He's like 60, so he's like, nah, I'm not running anymore. So he goes off. I think he follows like his missus into the pub or whatever. So we're still left on this strip, and it kind of like, from what I remember, I could be wrong, but it kind of curves around into the beach. So we're like up here. Mm-hmm. So we're like basically on the coast. We can see the ocean, and we're like, well, what do we do? So we start walking back, and we're like, we're going to go for them tables. We're like, well, that's where we're going to go. We're going to go for the tables. And we're walking back, and as a joke, me and my bassist, we start like hitchhiking, like genuinely not expecting anyone. We were definitely taking the mick. We were like, at this point, we had receded to the idea of, I'm going to sleep on a table tonight.
Yeah.
So we hitchhiking, and this car stops. And obviously, we can't see anything. Like, the headlights are on, and we can't see who it is. We're like, what do we do? I think it felt like forever. It felt like 10 minutes went by before we decided to go up to the car and be like, can you help us?
Yeah.
But like, we were just like, we hitchhiked, and then we were like,
hello?
What do we do now? So we go over to the car, and it's a really, really nice woman. She's like driving like a Vauxhall Corsa or something, and we're like, "Yo, can you take us to the place we need to be?" And she was like, "Being honest, that place that you need to be is like you're not gonna be about to get the gate's gonna be up, like you can't get in, but you can stay at mine." Well, it's either that or cold ass tables. So we chose obviously. She had to drop a friend off to clear the car, and then she came back for us. Now she was like, "Give me your number," and it was my phone, and my phone had like 5% battery, so we were like huddled around the phone like this, waiting for a phone call, and that felt like another like 3 hours. And at this point, this is like now 3:30 in the morning. Like we're all very tired, very grouchy. There's been a few tears shed, definitely,
Just from you.
just from me. This is like the holy grail of like solutions. So she comes back. Luckily, she gets in touch with us. She comes back. I'm not even kidding. There's 11 of us getting into this car.
Crammed into a Vauxhall Corsa.
I'm not even exaggerating. Like there was a good 3 of us like lying. So you know how you sit in a car like this?
Yes.
There was people lying on our heads. It was a bad time, and we ended up staying in a stranger's house.
His strange woman's house, who
Now-
could have been a murderer.
Easily, you have to sleep. Like at that time, like there's no staying awake. You're like. Yeah.
Isn't it like in every survival horror film ever? Just taking shifts. Like I'm going to take the first watch.
That's what it felt like. I think we actually did do something like that. I swear we did, because it wasn't like a normal. We knew that. Like,
So you went down south.
Yeah.
With a load of Smirnoff Ice Black.
yeah.
11 of you got
I
in a
don't know
fight.
if Dark Fruit was out yet, but I think if it was, we definitely had that too.
Got in a fight with a 60-year-old bloke at a Pontins.
Yeah.
Got kicked out of a Pontins. Nearly slept on some Swedish pub tables.
Yeah.
And then ended up staying in a stranger's house.
Yeah, we did actually end up getting to the place where we need to be, and that the set went well. It was awesome, and we had like 2 apartments. So we had and there were nice apartments too. Like there was I think it was 4 that stayed in one, 4 that stayed in the other.
But you got there this would have been good last night.
Absolutely, that's exactly what we did. We're like, oh my god, a bed. I remember we were all starving. We hadn't eaten.
Yeah,
you can't
yeah.
eat anything. Where can you go? So I remember for some reason there was caravan parks do have an on-site off license or whatever. We just bought a loaf of bread and butter and just dished out as much toast as possible. It was the best toast I ever had.
Bread and butter.
But that sucked. That was the worst day ever.
Yeah, you didn't enjoy that.
Yeah.
No.
I feel like I can see you're kind of itching. I feel like you've got several. I've only had this is the worst one for me, but I feel like
being in a function wedding band.
when you're
you get
gigging every weekend.
Yeah. I mean, you get some interesting stories. You have drunk bridesmaids and
Bridezillas.
and all this other kind of stuff, and especially when you work with like sound limiters and all this.
Oh, God,
there's
they're the
plenty of
worst.
stories where they trip out. And stuff. But one story doesn't involve a sound limiter, doesn't involve a bridezilla. It involves Google Maps and a closed petrol station.
Oh no.
We had so it was actually kind of late November.
Right.
A couple of
so
years
kind
ago
of
now.
like same
Yeah,
time.
yeah. Cold.
Yeah,
Late
freezing.
November, and we're into Christmas works due
season.
Yeah. So we go down. So we're in Devon, and we're playing a works due for some. I think they were a steel manufacturer. I'm not 100% sure. So we're heading down. Good old 3.5 hour drive.
Grim.
And as far as we know, it's a typical gig. We're all in the band van that we had at the time.
Right.
6 of us, all the stuff in the back. Our drummer, Elle, is driving, and we get there. Well, we find out that we're running a little bit behind.
Right.
Running a little bit late. So we're like, we need to get there, but at the same time, we also need to get fuel for on the way back, because typical function gig, you're going to finish around 12. Nothing's going to be open because you're in Devon. And so there's a petrol station nearby, about 5 minutes away from the venue, and we're like, we'll just pop in here, get the fuel to get back, and we just head straight home. And the drummer's like, no, it's okay. We're running late.
Why is it always the drummer, man?
It's always the drummer. We're running a little bit late. We'll get there. I can see that it's a 24-hour station because it's got the card. You can pay at pump there. They're always 24-hour. We'll come back after the gig.
Right.
Okay. Are you sure? Because we can't get home if you don't. Yeah, it's fine. It's all good. Take my word for it.
Oh no! Final last words.
Okay, Mr. Drummer L, we'll take your word for it. So we do the gig. It's not the best gig in the world. It's very, very
I mean, like, instantly, like, not to interrupt your story, but instantly, like, when you know you're going to have drive 3.5 hours, you know that's already, like, you can have a good gig, but like...
It's a long day.
Yeah.
It's a long day.
You know it's going to be work.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you finish at 12, you pat down, you get everything in for like
now 3
half
hours
12,
drive.
and then it's a 3-hour drive before you even
for
get
real.
home. So yeah, we know it's going to be a long day. It wasn't the best gig in the world. Very cold reception. Like, it's it's one of them gigs. It happens.
Yeah.
Everyone's been there. So we get out of Dodge. We set up. We take all our stuff down, put it all back in the van, and we are ready to go. We're ready to go home. Everyone's all tired. Everyone's like,
oh, looking forward to my bed.
Can't wait to get home.
Gonna cuddle with my teddies and
Gonna get wrapped up in my blanket. It's all gonna be good.
Nope.
So obviously, the way cars work is you need fuel in them. We go to this 24-hour petrol station that Elle suggested or pointed out, and guess what?
Breakdown.
No, just not open. Not open. All locks across all the things, so you can't get fuel there.
But the thing is, that's what they're all like.
Yeah.
Down there.
But we don't know that yet. So we go, okay, fine.
And the maps always say that it's 24 hours.
So we Google map nearest 24-hour petrol station, and we've got like 12 miles left in the tank according to the gauge.
Dial kind of thing.
So about 12 miles, and there's a petrol station about 7 miles away. Okay, Google says it's 24 hour, so it must be 24 hour. We drive on over, and bearing in mind, in Devon, it's all dark roads, country roads, with small villagelets, town, like little things in between. We get to this petrol station. Is it 24 hour?
No.
Nope. It is not 24 hour.
Oh, man.
Sign very clearly states opens.
See, but like panic would be setting in now for me.
It's not panic yet, because
Okay.
we're going, ooh, there's got to be something we can do. It's okay. We'll grow our own fuel. No, we're... does a diesel tank run on Lucozade?
Does this car run on sweat?
Yeah. So we're going, okay, this petrol station's not open. Is there one nearby? No, there is not.
Oh,
So at this point now, panic's setting in, like, okay, what do? We can't go back to the venue and ask for help because we haven't got enough fuel in the tank.
Oh my god! Could you not call them? Or you have not like?
No. So we didn't think about calling the good old breakdown service because I don't think any of us. It was early days, so no one really had breakdown cover, as far as I remember, and we're just not that clever. So we kind of go, okay, we've got two options. There's a little village. Some of us will walk into the village while the rest of us stay here with the van. So 3 of us walk into this village, and there's a pub that's like not open, but you know when you do a lock-in.
God!
Yeah. So we knock on the door, and the bouncer's like, "What do you want?" And we're like, "Help!" And he's like, "No."
Really?
Close the door. He's like, because they don't even let us get a sentence out. It's like, no, we're closed. And it's like, we're not here for a drink. We just need, help. But no, they don't hear us out. So we walk further on. There's a big old Morrison's. We're knocking on the door because we can see people in there stacking the shelves, and they're like, "We're closed," and we're like, "We don't want food. We just need help." And they're just like, "No, we're closed." And so it's just not happening. So
why does everybody make that noise when they're talking to you?
Yeah, through glass. It's like, "Oh my god," and it's like, "I'm not here for." Yeah, anyway, so they're not having it. So we're wandering around, going, don't really know what to do now.
And now, like, sleeping in the van is now becoming a bit more of a reality.
Well, it's now we need to wait for this petrol station to open 8 o'clock the next day. Okay, fine. So we're all sat there, and I'm very much the optimist. Like, there's got to be something we can do. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning now.
It's
there's
game
nothing
over.
we can do.
But like, you can actually. That's actually dangerous.
Well, it was very cold.
Like sleeping in like a vehicle.
It was cold.
Yeah,
and we haven't got enough fuel to run the heating all night. So
yeah, no, exactly. That's
it
what
was
I'm saying.
just
like,
very cold. 6 of us, and not only that, it's uncomfortable because we're all kind of sat upright. It's not the biggest crew cab in the world.
Did you cuddle?
No, we didn't cuddle. There was one point where I was sleeping in the footwell. At one point, there, and like I got a bit claustrophobic. I was like, okay, guys, gonna have to get up now because I can't breathe. It's lots tighter than I thought it was. So yeah, we ended up having to stay there. What happened as well is that someone else had done the same thing from like another venue, and he was just a patron at the wedding or the do or whatever.
Right.
And he kind of pulled up next to us, and some family member I think came out and dropped food to them. I don't know why they wouldn't just take him home, but he was there with us, And so he was like, I've got some bits and pieces if you want to eat and drink something. Obviously, because I don't think we got fed at the gig either, so we were all starving
Like,
and thirsty.
yes, I don't care what it is.
Yeah, please. And it's like half a can of Pringles and half a bottle of Diet Coke.
Give it me.
Fine. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll eat that and try and get a bit of sleep. Nothing's really happening. So we've all got like work the next day as well. So I had to ring ahead and the
No,
place,
I'm not coming.
It's like, no, we are broken down. It is not happening. Sorry. And bear in mind, this is like Devon. So this isn't like, we're not close to home.
No,
it's
no,
not
no,
like
you're gonna
we're
have
an
to-
hour and a half away.
You're still gonna have to do that 3 hour
Yeah,
drive.
yeah. So the next day is just looking horrible. So we are broken down in this cold, like, it's not great. And so we just resigned ourselves to the fact that we're going to have to sleep in this van or try and sleep in this van. Next morning comes slowly.
The longest night ever.
We're cold. We're ready for this petrol station to open. It doesn't open at 8 because it's just locally owned. So they just rock up whenever they want to rock up. So it gets to like 8:30 and someone arrives and we're like, please, can we have some fuel? We get like some snacks and just kind of go home. And you can laugh about it now, but yeah, I get flashbacks. I get like, we kind of sit there and go, oh, do you remember that time where we nearly died? So yeah,
You can actually.
Well,
you can actually die.
we
from
never
it.
felt like we were going to die, but it wasn't. We can sit and laugh about it now, but it wasn't great. We did not like it.
No, I bet
So-
the whole ride home was like this. Like,
Well, we definitely make sure we got fuel now.
Yeah.
Like no matter what, like
Yeah.
we're getting fuel.
lesson learned. Bad time.
Yeah, it wasn't good. I haven't forgiven you. Still haven't forgiven you.
Damn it,
I want
Al.
that night of my life back.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool.
It's all
stories
good. You're
though.
alive.
Yeah, just about.
Yeah.
So yeah, worst band stories. If you have a bad band story, we might we can make it a bit of a cool like recurring
Yeah.
segment.
If you got a really weird story
bad,
or whatever,
it doesn't even have to be a band story, like a
Yeah.
bad experience that's music related or anything like that.
bring it in.
Drop it in.
Yeah.
We'll read them out. We'll share the pain. We'll get through it all together.
Yeah.
And we'll comfort each other that way. But that'd be cool. But yeah, that pretty much rounds it out, guys.
Yeah.
This has been the ROXCast. Thank you very much for tuning in. We're back and we're ready to go. We're hopefully going to keep you entertained.
We're definitely going to be like supporting the music industry a lot more as well.
As
like,
much as we can.
You know, we understand what it's like at the moment.
It's not great.
It'd be stupid for us to not acknowledge how crap things have been.
Yeah, it's not great.
So we are here to help. We'll plug your music. We'll plug your shows.
Keep you entertained.
Whatever you got.
You can just look at us if you want to. If that gets you through it. Ting. Da-da-da.
Listeners, you can't see, but I've posed.
Yeah,
a lot.
if you're an audio listener, go to YouTube and see our
Ugly faces.
beautiful faces. No, so yeah, feel free to share it with everyone you can. Share the podcast. Drop
Share
us.
it with your mom, your dad,
milkman.
your nan, the milkman. Milkman's not a thing, is it? Is
Do
it?
they still milkman? Do they still have
Is it
milkman?
something? If there is,
Share
it
it
with
with
your milkman.
If the milkman's got any new music, we'll drop that as
Drop
well.
that, yeah. I bet you got a
Um,
sick mixtape.
So we want you to share it with whoever you can. Drop us
Yeah.
a like, subscribe, all the rest. Share
check
it
us
with your
out
friends.
on the new Instagram.
Yeah.
We've now got a new Instagram, so
New
go check
Instagram.
that out.
Yeah.
You'll see all of our behind the scenes and etc. etc. etc.
etc.
Also,
all that social stuff.
and
that we
we'll be
normally do.
sharing some clips as well. So go check that out.
New music news, funny things, anecdotes. We'll see you soon. Thanks very much for tuning in. This has
Thank
been the
you, guys.
ROXCast. Thank you very much. We'll see you soon. Bye.